your timer ready?
Yes.
For most of her life, this elephant didn't have a friend in the world. For the past 43 years, Flavia, an Asian elephant, lived at Cordova Zoo in southern Spain, where she first arrived at the age of 3. Since the day she arrived, Flavia never saw another elephant. While elephants are incredibly social in the wild, and females often stay with their mothers for life, she was forced to live alone. As a result, Flavia reportedly suffered from depression for years and displayed the signature signs of captive distress, including swaying and pacing. After years of public concern, the zoo finally agreed to move Flavia to a sanctuary, but it was too late. On March 1st, at age 47, Flavia passed away at the zoo after several months of declining health. She was known as being the saddest elephant in the world. Good morning. My name is Savannah Franklin, and I stand for the resolution that keeping animals in zoos is immoral. Observation 1, definitions. Keeping, to hold, to retain in one's power or possession. Source, Webster's Dictionary. Zoo, a facility with usually indoor or outdoor settings where living, typically wild animals, are kept. Source, Webster's Dictionary. Immoral, morally wrong or outside society's standards of acceptable, honest, and moral behavior. Source, Cambridge Dictionary. Observation 2, value. My value is quality of life. A meaningful life cannot exist alongside constant pain or deprivation. To respect the quality of life means to protect the ability to live freely, feel joy, and express natural behavior. When beings are denied that, when their lives are reduced to endurance instead of experience, we fail to uphold the very value of life itself. Observation 3, criterion. The criterion we will use to measure quality of life is qualities that make life worth living. Observation 4, contentions. In affirming the resolution, I offer the following contentions. Contention 1, animals suffer in captivity. Quote, wild animals kept in zoos, aquariums, marine parks, and theme parks, and other types of captive establishments endure severe mistreatment, both due to the inherently stressful nature of captivity, as well as certain conditions within these facilities that exacerbate the mistreatment. Source, Madison Coleman, published in 2021. Summary, animals in captivity not only suffer from appalling maltreatment from the already stressful situation of being taken away from their homes and families, but also from being placed into an environment where they go through heartbreaking distress as a result of the extreme mishandling in zoos. Contention 2. Zoos concentrate on their business rather than the animals' lives in captivity, depriving animals of their natural needs. Quote, at the end of the day, zoos are businesses, and zoos care more about profits than they do about animals. Accordingly, they provide animals with the smallest possible cages, limit access to veterinary care, and do not provide animals with the social companionship that animals need to be happy. Source, IDASU.org, published in 2025. Summary, zoos often prioritize profit over the health and well-being of their animals. Behind the scenes, many animals suffer in silence, enduring hardships and mistreatment, all for the sake of public entertainment. Contention 3, animals possess psychological suffering. Quote, zoochosis is a psychological condition that affects wild animals held in captivity, leading to repetitive, compulsive behaviors not seen in the wild. These behaviors, sometimes called stereotypical behavior, include pacing, swaying, head bobbing, feather plucking, bar biting, and even self-mutilation. Zoochosis isn't just a quirky habit. It's a glaring red flag that an animal is under extreme stress and emotional distress. That's a reality for animals in roadside zoos, aquariums, and even some of the most accredited facilities, and zoochosis is their cry for help. Source, Julie Capileo, published in 2025. In summary, these stereotypical behaviors are abnormal and unnatural actions that arise, not from instincts, but from zoochosis, a psychological breakdown caused by the intense stress and deprivation animals experience in captivity. For these reasons, I urge the judge to affirm the resolution that keeping animals in zoos is immoral. Thank you. I'm now ready for cross-examination.
Judge ready? Timer? Yes. Opposing team?
Yes.
Okay. Can you restate your contention 2?
Yes. Zoos concentrate on their business rather than the animals' lives in captivity, depriving animals of their natural needs.
Okay. So, you were talking about how there's psychological abuse in your other contentions, correct?
Yes.
So, do you know the statistical, like how many animals, or do you know what zoos do when animals are going extinct?
No.
No? Well, zoos are actually the prime reason animals are able to become thriving in the wild again, because of zoos' ability to take them back into to breed and bring them back into sustainability?
Well, I will actually speak more about that in my rebuttal, but there's actually statistics that show that when animals are released back into the wild, they don't survive as long.
But even still, is it better that these animals don't get a fighting chance at all because they're just dying from extinction than it is giving them a fighting chance by breeding them?
A longer life is not a better life. Security does not replace freedom or autonomy. So quantity of life cannot outweigh quality of life.
But don't these animals are in food webs and create entire ecosystems, and losing these animals can actually destroy other animals, ecosystems, and food webs?
There's actually evidence that in zoos, when zoos become overpopulated with said animals, that they just kill them off. Euthanasia.
But even still, actually, where's that statistic?
I do not have that statistic on me.
Okay. So, would you say that that these animals not being even given a fighting chance to repopulate into this earth and fix the food webs and the ecosystem, that not even giving them a fighting chance is not okay? Would you say that's not okay for us to not help them?
What do you mean?
At least
Right.
would you say that yes, their quality of life is not as good as wild animals, but even still, giving them a fighting chance and putting them back into the wild is still good for our ecosystem and good for food webs in the wild?
Well, as I said, zoos typically, when they release animals back into the wild, they don't live a long life when they are released back into the wild because they were so used to being in captivity for so long and deprived of their natural
30
needs.
seconds.
But even still, can't those animals have a chance to breed even longer in the wild and revive that entire ecosystem
After being released from the
after
zoo.
being released from the zoo?
So you're asking me that, do I think that they do have a fighting chance?
I think they do. Do they have a fighting chance when released back into the wild after breeding?
No.
You don't think they have a fighting chance?
No.
Do you have any statistical proof for that?
No. Do you?
Okay. I'm not impressed.
Not the question. Shots fired.
Jackson, do you need any time?
No, I'm good.
Shots fired.
Why kind of? Are the timers ready?
Yes.
Judges? The opposing team?
Yes.
Modern zoos play a significant role in protecting endangered species, providing a safe haven, and advancing research, making them vital for animals facing habitat destruction and climate change. Source, horsepivot.com. Good morning, my name is Jackson Harris, and I stand against the resolution, keeping animals in zoos is immoral. I accept the affirmative team definitions, but I would like to bring up some definitions of my own. Actually, never mind, I would not. Observation 2, value. The affirmative team value was quality of life, but I propose that through zoos, animals' safety, health, and well-being are preserved through the conservation, education, and regulated breeding. Quote, because they play an integral role in preserving biodiversity and fostering a connection between humans and wildlife. Source, IRE.org, Institution for Environmental Research and Education. Observation 3, criteria. The affirmative team tried to tell you that animals suffering in captivity are lesser to live. But I would like to state the fact that animals' health and safety is the focus when working in a zoo. Evidence, the Association of Zoos and Aquariums accredited, AZA, facilities are beneficial because of the high standards they exemplify in animal welfare, conservation, research, education, and recreation. Source, aza.org. Impact, in zoos, animals' health and safety and welfare are put at the top of the list, and the ability to learn about animals is yet another incredible thing about these facilities. Contention 2. The opposing team tried to tell you that zoos concentrate on business, not the animals' lives. Although in some zoos, neglect and abuse happens to the animals, zoos are now becoming aware and fixing the problems that were found. Evidence: zoos have taken steps to improve their standards of care and transparency. This includes implementing accredited programs, conducting regular inspections, and working with animal welfare organizations to ensure that they are meeting the highest standards of care. Source: vetexplainspets.com. Impact: zoos are willing to fix any mistake they may have and help the ever-increasing animals that come their way. Contention 3, the opposing team tried to tell you that wild animals suffer psychological abuse when taken into zoos. And although these animals might suffer some psychological abuse, through zoos' ability to help these animals, entire species can still roam the world. Evidence: zoos play a crucial role in species survival, with 30% of endangered species benefiting from conservation breeding per World Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Source: CoursePivot.com. Impact: the world has another day with these beautiful animals because of zoos' ability to save these species from extinction. In conclusion, for these reasons, I urge a judge to reject the resolution keeping animals in zoos is immoral. Thank you. I now stand ready for cross-examination.
Is the judge ready? Is the timer ready? Opposing team?
Yep.
Do you agree that quality of life includes both physical and mental well-being?
I would say that quality of life is not.
It's just a yes or no.
Okay. I would say yes.
Yes? Okay, so great. Then any instance of zoochosis or psychological stress automatically means zoos fail your own standard.
I would not say that because they're keeping those animals still alive and able to repopulate the earth again.
But if so you said the quality of life, you agree that it includes both physical and mental well-being.
But I wouldn't say that quality of life is more important than the animal's ability to roam the world again. I wouldn't say one animal's happiness is greater than 100,000 animals' ability to live in the wild.
So your framework ignores mental suffering entirely.
I would not say that, but I would say it focuses on the animal's ability to roam the earth again.
But you're saying a life full of stress, anxiety, and zoochosis would still count as good, which is morally absurd.
I would not say it's good, but I would say it's okay for the fact that these animals get to roam the earth again.
Do zoo animals behave naturally while pacing, rocking, or showing stress?
I wouldn't say it's a natural circumstance.
Okay, so no.
No.
Okay, so zoos teach inaccurate behavior, meaning that your education argument teaches misinformation, not truth.
I would not say they're teaching them any information. I think it's a natural instinct from these animals when they're in a different environment than the wild. And I would say that then for humans to be able to learn from zoos and actually interact with these animals is more important, or is more beneficial than reading from a book.
So animal suffering is worth human entertainment.
It's not entertainment if we're learning from them and able to actually increase our knowledge.
But if you're not doing anything with that education or knowledge, then it's knowledge for knowledge's sake. And that's not worth animal suffering.
We are doing it with research and understanding and an ability to repopulate the earth with these species. We are learning and we are using the information that we have gleaned from these animals in the zoos to grow our knowledge and research for these animals.
Okay. That's it. Thank you.
Sorry. Oh, shoot.
Savannah, do you need time? Do you need time?
Just give me a minute.
Remember that you have five bank time.
Just about that.
minutes.
Wait, we have 5
You
minutes for.
5 minutes that are banked so that you can utilize however much time.
Okay.
And I highly advise using all 5 minutes.
And you have one more speech.
Yeah, I'm gonna use all 5 minutes. You're sitting here waiting.
Silence.
Just stall time.
You have 30 seconds. You're for sure.
Is the judge ready? Opposing team? Opposing team?
Jack.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot. I thought you were showing them. Sorry. Yes.
Judge, in my first affirmative rebuttal, I'll address the main negative arguments presented in the previous speech and reinforce why the valued quality of life must be upheld in today's round. Ultimately, zoos fail to promote true well-being for animals and instead sacrifice their mental, emotional, and physical health for human entertainment and profit. The negative may argue that zoos protect endangered species, but that's misleading. According to Ben Williamson, quote, most animals held captive in zoos are not endangered or threatened in the wild. An evaluation of 13 of the most progressive zoos found that the zoos kept only 3.5% of all animal species assessed for inclusion on the IUCN Red List, and kept nearly twice as many animal species of least concern, 62%, as they kept animal species that are threatened, 25%. That was published in 2024. Most animals in zoos are not endangered, and very few are ever released back into the wild. Zoos are built for display, not rehabilitation. True conservation happens in the wild, protecting habitats, not cages. Even if animals survive longer, survival without freedom or purpose is not a better life. Under my value, quality of life outweighs quantity of life. The negative has also claimed that zoos educate the public. But, cool, I'm surely happy that a zoo visitor may learn something she or he didn't previously know, but if they don't use this information in a meaningful way to do something for the animals, then it's knowledge for knowledge's sake. And that is not a sufficient reason for keeping animals in cages. Source, Mark Beckoff, published in 2015. What people see are stress behaviors, pacing, rocking, or lying still, not natural animal instincts. That's not education, it's misinformation. We can learn ethically through documentaries, sanctuaries, and wildlife programs that teach accurate behavior without cruelty. Education built on suffering isn't real education. Lastly, the negative argues that zoos provide food, shelter, and care, but that ensures survival, not happiness. Quote, animals brought from the wild into captivity may suffer from chronic stress even if their basic physical needs are met. This sense of threat likely stems from being caged, regular human contact or handling, an unfamiliar environment, artificial light conditions, and the fact that all of these are inescapable. Source, Trent Davidson, published in 2021. Animals in zoos experience zoochosis, pacing, self-harm, and depression, because captivity strips them of control, community, and choice. A safe cage is still a cage, and that's not quality of life. For these reasons, Judge, I reaffirm the resolution, keeping animals in zoos is immoral, because they take away the very essence of what makes life valuable: freedom, dignity, and peace of mind. Thank you.
Don't clap for that.
Time,
Is the other team ready?
Five.
Yeah, you can all five.
All 5 minutes right here, right now.
How much time do I have left in my?
You have 30 minutes and 12 seconds.
Oh, crap.
definitions that I didn't bring up in my first?
No.
No, not numbers.
I can't bring up definitions?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Are the judges ready? Timer ready?
Yes.
Close to you?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Jackson Harris, and I stand against the resolution that keeping animals in zoos is immoral. The affirmative team tried to tell you that going to the zoo is just knowledge for knowledge's sake if you're not doing anything with it. But what I would like to tell you is that zoos allow humans to learn and understand animals in a safe place for both humans and animals. Quote, zoos provide conservation education with 200 million annual visitors learning about endangered species per AZA, a 2025 environmental educational research studies show 60% of zoo visitors adopt conservation habits per IUCN. Source coursepivot.com. Impact, being able to better understand animals from zoos grants humans the ability to respect and help animals in need. Another point that the affirmative team tried to bring up was that animals' psychological abuse is greater than the actual need of the animal in a ecosystem. But I would like to tell you that with the extinction of certain animals, the ecosystem and the world begin to crumble. Quote, animal extinction fundamentally destabilizes ecosystems, triggering cascading effects that ripple through food webs and disrupt crucial environmental processes. Removing a species, particularly a keystone species, unravels intricate ecological relationships, leading to the opposing team tried to tell you that only animals that were in the zoos are non-extinct animals like tigers, lions, bears, animals that have thriving wildlife. But I would like to tell you that zoos contribute to keeping species alive. Quote, because of zoos, 5 animals on the brink of extinction were able to come back and roam the wild again. Those animals are the California condor, golden lion tamarian, Arabian onyx, Przewalski's horse, and the Panamanian golden frog. Source, ecocation.org. Impact, because of zoos, animals can survive extinction and thrive in the wild again. In conclusion, I urge the judges to go against the resolution that keeping animals in zoos is immoral.
Freak you, Jackson. Hey man. Sorry, somebody's got to be a hater. Sorry.
Hey, it's okay. I'm on your side. She
Is the
sounds
timer
like
ready?
a feminist.
Is the timer ready?
Yes. Pro.
First, I'd like to thank everyone for being here, judge, audience, and opposing team. Judge, in my second affirmative rebuttal, I'll summarize the key issues in this round and show why, under the value of quality of life, the affirmative side must prevail. The negative is stated zoos protect endangered species, but conservation is not captivity. Keeping animals alive in cages does nothing to rebuild ecosystems or restore balance in the wild. Real conservation happens through habitat protection, anti-poaching efforts, and wildlife reserves, not by putting animals behind glass for display and entertainment. Survival without freedom and natural behavior is existence, not life. Under the value of quality of life, this argument collapses. The negative has also claimed zoos educate people, but what they show is disordered behavior, pacing, stress, and abnormal reactions. Watching animals suffer teaches misunderstanding, not knowledge. In the 21st century, documentaries and sanctuaries offer humane education that doesn't depend on exploitation. If learning comes at the cost of an animal's peace, then that lesson is immoral and contradicts the quality of life as a moral value. The negative has at last argued that zoos provide food, shelter, and medical care, but that is the bare minimum for survival, not a fulfilling life. Mental health matters too. Animals in captivity experience psychosis, depression, and self-destructive behavior because they're denied their natural instincts and freedom. A protected animal that cannot live naturally is not thriving. They're simply existing in confinement. Safety without freedom is still suffering. Judge, at the end of this round, the decision is clear. The negative may defend survival, safety, or education, but none of these provide a true quality of life. Zoos take away the very essence of living: freedom, autonomy, and peace of mind. For these reasons, I strongly urge you to affirm today's resolution: keeping animals in zoos is immoral. And I stand for the true meaning of quality of life. Thank you.
Now we can Well done, well done.
It normally helps me bring a page that was crucial for the ending.
That has the end of your quote.
I just forgot it. It's right here. Right here.
He forgot to bring
All
it.
right. Are there any pointers that the audience would like to bring out? A glow and grow. Go ahead.
So I've got a question. Is this a Lincoln Douglas or Team Policy?